Well, it was great to see, the building back having the Beanpot. I thought our fans were terrific. I thought our band was terrific. That was great to see. A lot of people came out. The building got pretty full pretty quick, and I thought they saw a pretty good college hockey game. I thought we played pretty well through the first 2 periods until we took kind of a tough penalty. Our guy's helmet got ripped off. It's one of those human nature things. It's an emotional game. He took a penalty and they scored a power play goal and they got some momentum. They scored another goal right after it. So kind of let him back in the game. Hopefully we can learn from that lesson, from a team just being a little bit team tough. And, it's part of the game. And then the third period, I thought we kind of locked it down. Not a lot happened for either side. So it was a really good third. And I thought we closed out really well.
Thanks, Albie. We'll take a question from Jim Conley from US College Hockey Online. Go ahead, Jim.
Thanks, Mads. Thanks, Albie. I know you kind of just touched on it, but after a year away from here, what was the emotions coming into tonight, just knowing that the Beanpot's back after a year's absence?
Well, it was great excitement from our group, and obviously Harvard. It was a hard-fought game, and the crowd was pretty lively. It was great. It was really good to see, and it's nice to be back. And the pressure was real. You saw the pressure, and they got some momentum. We had pretty good momentum, and then they swung it kind of at the end of the second period. So it was fun. It was nice to be on the right side of it too.
Thanks, Coach. I think it's a question from Scott McLaughlin. Go ahead, Scott.
Hey, Albie. You mentioned your team kind of locking it down in the third. What do you think goes into that? And what have you seen from the team's defensive play recently?
Well, we've played much better defensively, and we've had some good conversations and some good games about closing teams out. I think our leadership group, between the second and third, it could have got a little bit hairy, with them scoring 2 goals. But Logan Cockerill just joined us, our captain, Max Kaufman, Vlas, and obviously Amante got hurt in the game, but they did a good job of keeping the locker room loose and focused and playing the right way. And this guy here played, one of his better games at BU. He was dynamite tonight. So he led by example and kind of led the way to the victory.
Thanks, Albie. Take a question from Rich Thompson. Go ahead, Rich.
Hi, Albie. Just comment on the explosiveness of the. Just to talk about the explosiveness on the power play, it looked like you blitzed them twice, scoring within like 15, 20 seconds on both of them.
Well, yeah, no, I think over the last little bit here, we haven't been shooting the puck. So in practice, it's been a focus, and we flipped both guys downhill. Brownie and Obi were going downhill instead of being on their offside. We moved O'Brien from the bumper position into an area where he could shoot. So I think we wanted to have a little bit more shooting focus and make plays off that. So I think that was kind of the biggest, at least from a concept standpoint, what we were trying to do. And guys made good shots. Those guys made good shots, but the only reason they went in the net because 32 was screening. I don't think the goalie saw either shot. So it was really good screen by Skoog. Obviously some face-off wins, some good retrieval to get the puck up top, and then kick it over to those guys, and they just kind of went downhill and beat the guy with the shot.
Thanks, Albert. Take a question from Dan Roach. Go ahead, Roachy.
Hey, Albie. Just congrats on the win. What was the energy like on the bench, especially early, getting back onto the garden ice for the Beanpot? And what does it mean to you and the kids to be able to move on to the final?
Well, the energy was great. Before we went out, even on the bench, I thought we had played a really good first period. Guys were saying the right thing, doing the right thing. And it's a great opportunity for our seniors. And basically for our entire group. I think not having it last year, Logan came back, Koff came back, Monte came back. They want a chance to win it, and I'm glad we have the opportunity to do it.
Thanks, Albie. We have a few more out there, and if you'd like to address Logan Cockerill, just make sure to address by his name, just so you know you're talking to him. We'll take a question from Patrick McAvoy, please.
Thank you very much. Can you hear me?
Yep, go ahead, Pat.
Hey, Coach, what was the message to many completions heading into the third period, and how do you assess the performance? And then what was the key to the winning bid?
Hey, Patrick, if you can, we broke up a bit there. Put that question in the chat, and we'll try and get back down to it if you can. Thank you. If James Garrison, if you're there, we'll take a question from you, please. Go ahead, James.
Logan, obviously a big game for you. Just if you could go through, what your mindset was pre-game.
Just trying to stay loose. I've been in a few of these. I didn't want to get too caught up in it being my last one, or what could possibly happen if we lost, how I'd feel if we lost. Just trying to treat it like another game. But this was one of the main reasons I came back to BU. I wanted to win a Beanpot, and I'm happy I get a chance to compete for it next Monday. But basically just trying to stay loose, try to play like any other game, and I know what I could bring to the table, and I did a pretty good job tonight.
Thanks, Logan. Take a question from Owen, if you're there, Owen. Go ahead.
Hi, this for Coach and Logan. Ty Monte goes down there, and Sam Stevens ends up playing on your line, Logan. Just what do you think of the job he did filling in and playing in that increased role?
He did a really good job. Obviously me, Ty, and Koff have been playing a lot together recently. We like playing together, so it was tough to see, Ty, one of my buddies, go down like that and not be able to compete. But Steve plays a pretty similar role to Ty. I think he fits in pretty nicely with us. I just try to tell him, you don't have to try to play any other role that you've been playing all year. We're a forechecking line. We like to get pucks in deep. We like to control the play that way. So I think it fit his role pretty well, and he did a great job of it all night.
Thanks, Logan. We get that question in the chat there. I'll read it out so everyone can hear. What was the message to Vinny Duplay heading into the third period? How do you assess his performance? Either you guys answer. If you want to go ahead, Coach, or Logan, whichever.
You can go first.
I didn't really say anything. Vinny's a pretty confident guy. I think he's pretty poised. He's been in situations, through junior hockey, even here. He's been pulled here. He's played in some big games when he got a chance to play last year. So we were pretty confident in him. So there wasn't really a message. And I thought he was pretty poised. It's a big crowd. It's the biggest crowd he's played in front of. He played at Northern Michigan that I think was 3,800, 4,000, but that was a big crowd and on a big stage. And I thought he handled himself really well. He was pretty poised at times going out to handle the puck, and he gave us an opportunity to win the game, and that's all you can ask for.
Yeah, no doubt. I reflect the same thing. But he's a gamer. He's not really someone that you're going to go up to and try to tell him what to do. He's a goalie. Sometimes he's in his own world in the locker room where he's just trying to get focused, but he wants to play. I think all three of our goalies like the moment and they like to play. So there's not much you have to say to goalies at that point. He's going to go out and compete for us, and we're going to try to compete as much as we can for him as well.
All right, we'll take a couple more before you guys head back. Question. Go ahead, Anthony, when you're ready. Go ahead, Anthony.
This question is for both of you. Obviously, a tough week for Matt Brown and his family. What does it say about his resiliency for him to come out here, do his job and get that big goal?
Were you able to get that? No.
I got it.
You got that?
I got the
It's
second
a
half.
tough week for Brownie.
Yeah.
His resiliency, getting that goal.
I thought it was terrific. I thought he really handled himself well. I thought when he was going through the process, when we were out at UMass, we kind of found out he played the game and played one of his best games. He's a passionate guy. He probably has a heavy heart right now, but I think he's probably looking up, thinking about his mother when he's scoring the goal. So I think I was really happy for him. He played really hard, and he obviously can be a difference maker. And he drew a penalty, scored a goal, and he was involved offensively tonight, which we needed to be.
All right, we'll take two more. Rich, go ahead when you're ready.
All right, for Logan, you mentioned the forecheck. It looked like it was a neutral zone turnover that sprung you into that on your goal. Just take us through that goal, circumventing the Harvard defenseman and everything.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what happened before Mac made the pass off the wall, but I know I was just kind of looping through the neutral zone on the opposite side, and he threw it to space over there, and that's where I'd like a puck to be for my skill set. I was able to loop all the way through the neutral zone and pick up speed, pick up that puck in stride. So, there wasn't really much that guy could do. He was a little bit flat-footed, and I was coming all the way around the zone with speed. I tried the same move 5 minutes prior to that, and I couldn't get it in, but I don't know. I just drove the net and took my backhand and went in.
Good finish.
Yeah, good finish.
Thanks, Logan. Take one light from Rochi whenever you're ready, Rochi.
Oh, you came back for this. Coach mentioned how important it was for you to come back for this. What did tonight mean to you from start to finish, and what does it mean for you and your team to be moving on to the final?
Yeah, it feels great. Obviously, we didn't want to let up those two goals late in the period. We kind of pride ourselves with those last 5 minutes, and you're up 4-1, you let a team back into it off a penalty and then they score right after. But we buckled down in the third period for nothing to happen. That's a good job on us. They really didn't get all that much. I've played in a lot crazier Beanpot games where there's pucks bouncing around the net. Besides maybe 2 or 3 times, we kind of kept them the outside, kept pucks away from the net. So it means a lot, but at the end of the day, we got a game against Providence on Thursday that we got to focus on. And then, we get a chance to compete for it again.